Hi and welcome to Magic Behind the Magic. I'm Steve Wickenton and this time we're going to be talking about practice and rehearsal. If you've been following this blog, then you know that mostly I talk about the business end of entertainment. But today I really want to talk about practice and rehearsal. And while it's not at the business end of the deal, it is vital to your business. For over 20 years, I've worked in the entertainment industry, from performing to being a theatre technician and everything that goes on in between. I have worked on every possible type of entertainment show, performance, whatever you want to call it. And in all of those different things, I have always found one common thread. The one thing that makes all those performances successful is that everybody involved is 100% confident on what they need to do. And the only way that you can be that 100% confident is to have rehearsed and practiced until it is all second nature. Now, I'm not going to spend my time in this video talking to you about how you need to practice and rehearse, but I do want to talk about why you need to practice and rehearse. You see, it is really common for well-seasoned performers, including myself, to become a little bit relaxed and sort of maybe a little bit lazy when it comes to rehearsing or practicing a new show, part, or routine. But first, let's look at the difference between a practice and a rehearsal. Practice is about learning what you need to do your show. Rehearsal is about putting everything you have practiced into a complete show or routine. So when I was in a rock band, practice was about learning the songs and the arrangements and all the instrument parts. As a magician, practice is about learning the tricks, and the rehearsal is about going through the whole show or the routine from start to finish. Practice is about learning how to manipulate the props and the tools and learning things like the script. The script? We'll talk about that another time. Rehearsal needs to include things like where you stand, how you choose your volunteers, and even where they're going to stand. How you dispose of props, and how you pick up new ones. Where you move as you talk, which way you turn, and everything else that goes in your routine. The less you leave unrehearsed, then the less likely you are going to become unstuck during your performance. So failing to practice enough means that you may be less confident with your props and your script. And while you may be able to get through the show like that, the slightest lack of confidence will always show through. And as a magician, I have been guilty of this more than once. You can sometimes get away with it, but if you're adding a new routine to your show, it will stand out like Darth Vader at a clown convention. In magic, of course, the slightest fumble or show of true awkwardness is a red flag to your audience. You don't want that. So try and practice until you know it perfectly. Practice till you can do it with your eyes closed and you don't even need to think about it. Rehearsal, of course, is a little bit trickier. It can take a lot more time and you can't just do it while you're watching TV or something like that. The problem with rehearsing is also it feels a little bit strange because you don't have a real audience and you don't have a real volunteer. How you going? So you need to act, and that is what we do. When you are fully rehearsed, you are 100% confident, and that's where we like to be. The show needs to flow smoothly and almost thoughtlessly. And that way, when you get distracted or something out of the ordinary happens, you can get back on track very quickly. It also means that you can ad-lib and move in a slightly different direction if you need to. And when you know your show 100%, you will always be able to get back on track when you need to. Being fully rehearsed and well practiced is like driving around your neighborhood in your own car. You always know where you are, where you're going, and how all the buttons and switches work. But being unrehearsed and unpracticed is like driving around an area that you might vaguely know in a car that you have never driven before. You sort of know where you're going and you sort of know where you are, but if you hit a detour or it starts to rain, you're in trouble. So practice those new tricks, rehearse that whole routine until it is second nature. Make sure that you are 100% with your show and your audience will love it. While practice and rehearsal do take time, it adds value to what you do. Remember, a great performance means a happy audience. A happy audience means a growing business. So maybe practice and rehearsal is at the business end of entertainment. Thanks again for watching, and remember to hit like if you like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I will catch you guys next time. Guys, if you haven't subscribed to the 7-point checklist or the Magic Behind the Magic newsletter, then that's where you do it, just there. Over there, that's a video. If you haven't seen that video, then maybe you should check it out. And that one there is for subscribing. I'm talking too fast. It's for subscribing to this YouTube channel. Catch you soon.